Once in a quiet forest, a little bird was flying around in search of food. After a long day, she finally found a single grain, just enough to feed her hungry chicks waiting back in the nest. But as she flew home, the grain slipped from her beak and got lodged inside the hollow of a large tree. The bird fluttered down and politely asked, "Please give me back my grain. My babies are waiting to eat." The tree chuckled and said, "Why should I? It's just a grain. Go away." The bird felt helpless, but not for long. She flew to a nearby carpenter and pleaded, "Please cut down that tree. It took my grain and won't return it." The carpenter laughed. "Chop down a whole tree for one grain? That's absurd." Frustrated but determined, the little bird flew to the king's palace. She bowed and said, "Your Majesty, the carpenter refuses to cut down a tree that stole my grain. Please do something." The king looked at her and said, "You came all this way over a grain of food? I have more important matters to deal with." Tears welled up in her eyes, but she didn't stop there. Her heart burned with determination. The next morning, she flew to the elephant handler and whispered, "When the king rides the elephant today, make sure he falls off." The handler was shocked. "What? Why would I do that?" The bird explained everything: the tree's cruelty, the carpenter's refusal, the king's indifference. "You must help me now." The handler shook his head. "This isn't my concern." Now the bird was done asking nicely. She flew to an ant and said, "Crawl into the elephant's trunk and irritate him until he throws the king off." The ant blinked in confusion. "Why would I risk my life for your grain?" With fire in her voice, the bird told the story again. This time, her tone was unshakable. The ant hesitated. "This doesn't seem worth it. I'm too small to fix anything." The bird stared into the ant's eyes and said, "I can't fight the tree, the carpenter, the king, or the elephant. But you, I can crush you with my beak. Choose wisely." Terrified, the ant obeyed. It crawled into the elephant's trunk, and soon the giant beast went wild, throwing the king to the ground. The handler rushed to help, and the furious king demanded answers. Eventually, everyone traced the chaos back to a single grain and a little bird who wouldn't give up. The king finally ordered the carpenter to cut down the tree. But just as the axe was raised, the tree cried out, "Wait! Don't cut me, I'll give the grain back." And so, the grain was returned. Too often we say, "I'm just one person. What can I do?" But strength isn't in size. It's in persistence, cleverness, and refusing to back down. The little bird was weaker than the tree, the carpenter, the king, and even the elephant. But she didn't quit. She thought, connected, acted, and made herself impossible to ignore. Life will throw problems at you, some much bigger than you. Don't run, face them, think, try again. Because even the smallest voice, when determined, can shake the world. Want more stories like this? Click the video on your screen for more inspiring stories. Share your thoughts in the comments.